Okay, we are on the last page of our review, page 4. So we've got this number 13. It says graph the system and state the solution. So we start out with, we've got our first equation is y equals negative 4x plus 3. We've got our slope is negative 4. Our y-intercept is 3. Go ahead on the top of this page, write y equals mx plus b again. Okay. Anytime we're going to graph equations, we want to put them in that slope-intercept form where m is my slope and b is my y-intercept. So I'm going to go ahead and make your m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. Okay, and again, this is called slope-intercept form. Intercept form. Okay, you will be given this equation or this form on your formula sheet for your test. So, and it's also an open note test, so you should have this written down. Okay, so we start by plotting our y-intercept. Got a positive 3 right here. And then we do our slope. Remember, our slope is rise over run. So in this case, it's a negative 4 over 1. Okay, so I go, I don't have room to go up, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And I know that it's a negative slope, so it's going to be a downward sloping line like that, kind of like that. Okay, sorry about that. I don't have a straight edge, so it's a little bit difficult to draw that. Okay, so then we go to our next equation, which is, I'm going to change this up a bit because there's an error on this review. It should be y equals x minus 2. Okay, so get rid of this negative x right here. So it's not going to be this equation. It's going to be y equals x minus 2. Okay, so our slope is 1 and our y-intercept is negative 2. So I'll start by plotting my y-intercept negative 2. My slope is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, so keep going here. This is the line of my second equation. Okay, so if you take a look at that, the solution to that equation is this point right here. So my solution is a positive 1, negative 1. That's my x and y value. Okay, so that covers number 13. Let's move on to number 14. Okay, same thing. We are looking at, let's see, we've got our first equation, y equals 1/4 x minus 4. Our slope is 1 over 4. Our y-intercept is negative 4. So I start down here, negative 4 is my y-intercept. Rise over run, so 1 up 1 over 4. Oops, right here. Down 1 over 4. So this line, kind of a, there you go, kind of like that. Okay, now our next equation is y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1, where our slope is negative 1/2. Our y-intercept is negative 1. So I'll have my y-intercept starts at negative 1. My slope is negative, so I can go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. Okay, the solution to my equation is where my two lines intersect right here. So that point is going to be, it looks like 4, negative 3. Looks like the solution there. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Same thing we've been doing. These problems you've already have your equations in slope-intercept form, so it's fairly easy. Okay, so now this next problem, number 15, it's just solving for x. So we just got some distribution here and some combining like terms. This is something we haven't seen in a while, but you should know how to do this. Okay, on this left side, I'm going to distribute that 5. Okay, so I'm going to have 5 times 8 plus 5 times negative 2x equals 2 plus, and I'm going to distribute this 16 here. So 16 times 4 plus 16 times x. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times negative 2x is negative 10x equals 2 plus 16 times 4 is, you got your calculator, that should be 64 plus 16x. Okay, so now before I start moving anything left or right or on the equation, you should combine like terms. So over here I've got 40 minus 10x equals 2 plus 64 is 66 plus 16x. I've got variables on both sides of the equation, so what I want to do is move the smallest variable. Okay, this, I don't know if this is bringing back some memories, but you're moving the smallest variables plus 10x plus 10x. I'm left with 40 equals 66 plus 26x. Okay, now I move my constants, minus 66 minus 66. Let me come back over here. I'm left with negative 26 equals 26x. Now divide by 26 to get rid of my coefficient, and I'm left with x equals to negative 1. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that. X equals to negative 1, and that is my answer. Okay. If you don't remember how to do this, you got to go back and take a look at our first couple of weeks of school. This is something that you need to know, so make sure you go back and learn this if you don't remember how to distribute and combine like terms. So this will be back to the very first couple of weeks of school. Look for the modules that say distributed property, combining like terms, solving multi-step equations. That's basically what we've just done. Okay, so now finally, our last question on the review. It says, write an equation in slope-intercept form which represents the following line. Okay, this is basically working backwards from what we've been doing. Okay, here they want slope-intercept form. Okay, so slope-intercept form is a slope, the form that has your slope and your intercept. Okay, so you guys should know this by now. Y equals to mx plus b, where m is your slope, okay, and b is your y-intercept. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my y-intercept. It looks like 1, 2, 3. It looks like my y-intercept is 4 in this equation or in this graph. So I'm going to put b equals, let me get my pen trying to work again. So b equals to 4. And then my slope, I can count my rise over run. Okay, it's probably a little bit, let me kind of make this a little bit bigger here so I can see. Whoa, okay. I know my slope is negative, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can write this m equals negative. And then I'm going to just count boxes here. So if I start here up 2 over, so 1, 2, 1, 2, so up 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so my rise is 2 and my run is 6. Okay, that reduces down to negative 1/3. Okay, so now if I need to, I guess they were asking me for the equation in slope-intercept form. I figured out that my slope is -1/3 and my y-intercept is 4. So I can rewrite my equation. Y equals 2 -1/3 x plus my y-intercept is 4. So the equation of that graph, or that line, is y equals -1/3 x plus 4. Okay, so that completes our review. 4 videos, 4 pages. If you have any questions, let me know, but make sure you can do this on your own. Your test is open notes, so make sure you've got some notes that are nice and neat that you can read to help you with your test. All right, that's it for now. Have a great day.